Hello, everyone. We've had some requests to send out some videos about our offensive strategies. And so this is going to be going over our handler motion and our host stack. So to start, I'm going to talk about the trap sideline. We have the defense is the X's with the force, and then the disc is the black dot. I know we use as a general rule of thumb saying stall 4, look reset. In this situation especially, I'm looking reset as early as stall 2 and sometimes just immediately. If we can get off the sideline, we're going to have a lot more success. So as we've talked about before with the cutters, this one's coming under here or clearing out. This one's coming deep and then through. That's all you're really looking for. 1-2 seconds of these two looks. If we have it to gain yards, great. If it's not there, and even if we want to do it quicker, turn, like full turn, and activate the central handler. The central handler, and this one is actually going to be more slanted because this is just a clear out, and we can hit this throw if we want it, but the reason why this is so shallow is we have to keep this space clear. Once this central handler is activated, and with all handler motion, you don't need to move until you're activated. If they don't activate you in time, that's on them. That's their mistake for not moving quickly. That's their mistake for holding onto the disc too long. But we're wanting to make sure that you turn fully, you're activating this person. This person has two options that they can go. They can either cut up line, and if that's not there, then they're coming back the direction that they came. Why? Well, we don't want you coming into the center this way, and we don't really want you coming around this way because now we're losing yards and we're not going anywhere. So the options are upline throw, great. Now we've gained some yards, we've moved inside a little bit. That's great. We want to throw that as early as we can because if you're throwing it up the line, again, we're still stuck in trap. If the defense is blocking that heavily and it's not there, that's fine. Then you set and you come back the other direction. So it's railroads. You're going in and you're going out at the same angle. If this is not there and this is not there, that person should then, you get waved off on both of these throws, you clear out to the far side, right? Why? Because you might just be completely shut down with your defense and we need a second option. That second option is the far handler is coming back in and doing the exact same motion. So that is how we get off of the trap sideline. This person, it's very important. They need to stay out here because even if they just drop a little bit and are waiting out here while this person's making their motion, this big around throw is also available. But if what happens a lot is everyone wants to get close to the disc, everyone gets excited, and then we start crunching the field, we're losing out on all this space. So if you're the far handler, it's wait, this is number one, they make their motion. If that's not there, they get waved off on the upline, they get waved off on the backside, now you come in. Those are really, you're gonna get four, basically if you're this handler and the offense is working properly, you should have 6 available throws. Number 1 is this one to the inside. Number 2 is this one there. Number 3 is upline number 1. Number 4 is the around with number 1. 5 being upline number 2 and 6 being upline. See how we're getting 6 options in 10 seconds. Those are the only options we want to throw if we're on this sideline. Maybe we have a deep shot coming from this side, maybe, but let's not force that throw and let's just go through this progression. All right, our next situation is when the disc is in the center. So if you're the middle handler here, and again, we have the force, we are gonna have our 2 cuts as normal coming through the center. So this person's coming in and out, and then this one's going up and back. And so we will have these available options. If neither of those are there, then again, as we always say, around stall 4, at maximum by stall 4. That's what I want us to be thinking. Rather than waiting until stall 4 to set up the reset, we should be looking earlier than what we usually do so that we can actually get the play. We have on the open side, the one big difference between when the trap side where everyone's in one line, and that would be our default, is the open side handler is 45 degrees back. Why? Because that gives a lot more opportunities for attacking to different space. This is going to be our handler number 1. Okay, so as usual, you're looking upfield. You don't need to move if you are either handler until something gets activated. Okay, you turn, this person will be the first to move. You turn, you look at your reset handler, and you go. How do you go? You have 2 options. Option 1 is not an upline to the center of the field. You're not cutting across to the break side. You are just going to gain yards vertically. You can do a jab step, but your motion is looking like this. You're going to cut up into this open space, right? This is also why these people need to clear their cuts, because this is a great throw. If you can beat your man, you're gaining yards into that space. If your defender is guarding that heavily, the other option is the big around. So you're coming this direction. And then he's looking for a little bit of a dump to probably this space, somewhere in this area, and we can just keep moving, right? So feel free, you need to be able to be comfortable. I always like making a jab step. I will do this, I will go hard up constantly, and then I'll plant, and I'll come right back here, and my defender will commit and be beat, and I can get this easy reset. So that is a big thing, but you go either up around this way or around this way. The other handler, once this person has made it clear which direction they are going, so if they make the hard cut this way, and then they're going to stay out in this space, then this person is going to come the other direction and come around for the dump, right? If this person's coming around this direction, and honestly, I don't super love this person coming from the backside around to this side. Most of the time, even in this situation, I want this person coming up and doing an upline this direction, because now we're putting it into the open space. So after this person initiates, they can make this jab. If they don't get it out here, then they are going to clear out and eventually circle back. And while this person is going to make a hard upline across the front from the backside to the open side. So it essentially will look like a whirlpool is what I always call this one. So you're in, stop, and then you're coming back and around. And then this one is making one jab step maybe, and then they're coming this direction. That gives you you have again, one option here, 2 coming down here. So that's again your progression. This is your first cut, catching it around there. This is your second cut, gaining from there. The open side is the primary, so they're going to be the third is here, and 4 is also 3 and 4 are more or less the same in this same space. And then you have 5 coming on this dump to the break side, and 6 being this upline. 5, 6 interchangeable. All of these cuts are happening at the same time. Most important, you see how I didn't draw this upline going right here, and I didn't draw this one coming right here. We are not surrounding the person. We end up making these cuts really close to the handler a lot of the time. We actually want these to be worthwhile cuts. So this is probably about, 5 meters at least. You want to keep at least 5 meters space, because a really difficult dump throw where you're just like within a meter or 2 meters of each other doesn't go anywhere. It's really difficult to react to. So you want to make sure that you have the second option. So that's what this looks like in the center of the field for our handler motion. We want to keep this circling all the way through. All right, so the final situation that we will have is flat side. So this is when we are on the far side of the field, but they're still forcing this direction. So when you're in that position where the force is, in this example, the force is flick, but they're on the far sideline over here. You don't want, as defense, you don't want to be here because you're not taking away any space. So they'll be in this flat space, taking directly in front, taking away anything going forward. That happens sometimes. And also if the force is backhand, the exact same stuff is just mirrored. With everything that I was talking about, it all goes around break side, open side. It doesn't have to do with directions. So again, in this, we'll have the clear cut, we'll have the deep and the under. The deep and under is probably going to be a bit difficult of a cut because of just a flat mark. If you can make the throw, great. If not, that's not going to be there. So in our reset, similar to how we are in the center of the field, we have the open side, the middle handler is set up 45 degrees back. However, and his motion is more or less the same. He has option number 1 going straight up into this space. Again, this is why this is very important. We don't want cutters coming into this space and clogging it up. We need to keep the cutter and the handler space separate so that we have enough room to work. So the cutter makes this move, and then if that's not there, he again can come back and come under. Now, I know I said on the break side, or on the trap side, we don't want to be throwing this dump pass where we're staying on the sideline but going backwards. However, there's a reason why this becomes a little bit more useful in this scenario. Number 1, because the mark is here and not blocking trap, the mark is not going to be able to come around. If the mark does bite and move around to take away this, then the upfield is going to be open. So this is a little bit more okay. The second reason is, unlike in the middle where we had another guy making a strike cut, the other guy is far out here. He's level with the thrower, but he's waiting for this cut. That cut after this person takes that space, stops, and then clears out, is when this person starts to move. Don't move at the same time to the same space. This is number 1, goes in and back, and then this person comes in. And the main reason for that is not for this throw, although that throw might be there, and if it is, take it. That's one option. The other reason is if the disc gets caught by the central handler out here, this person needs to clear quickly and just get out of that space, and this throw is now available. So we'll have 2 options on this reset of, as soon as you throw it, if you're in the silent position, you have to get out of the space. And then we have boom, boom, and that's a really quick way to get upfield, get back to the center, keep moving that direction. So that's kind of what it looks like. Again, we have the same to think about our cuts. Option number 1 is coming from the diamond, 2 is coming from the diamond, 3 is handler number 1 cutting up to this spot, 4 is handler number 1 going dump, and actually 4 is going to be this person coming into this space. You should be able to tell if that's there or not, and if not, then it's this backwards pass so that we can get it back up to that next handler. So hopefully this makes sense for our handler motion. Feel free to ask me, Nadia, Rami, any of the leadership, any questions about this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.